morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're here on segment 2, trying to get you a new look at what's going on. We all know that this 2007-2008 presidential campaign was a very special one. In fact, where we had a female candidate and we also had a Negro candidate, an African American candidate running for president of the United States. But what a lot of people didn't know was most of the behind the scenes things going on in both campaigns. Uh, One very young and inspiring writer decided to take on the burden and do whatever he could to help uh, a Democratic candidate win the election. This is what started the entourage of things for this very young writer. Let's get into a brief history of this young writer before we hit off on his speech called Hope. This young writer was a writer who wrote, some type of things in his past. In 2004, he wrote a story, entered it into the Time magazine's children's story contest, won a 1-year subscription of Time magazine. Later on in that summer, the guy lost his job and couldn't get another gig. He also was a small-time freelance writer, lost that golden opportunity as well, but that didn't stop him and his passion as he entered into a school called the Institution of Children's Literature. It's a school that teaches adults how to write children's stories. He spent 2 years in children's literature school from 2005 to 2007, and his last year he wrote a story called Missy the Menace, which won the Children's Award for 2007. So it gave him the title as the best children's writer in 2007. He then later on went to Kaplan University and became one of their top students, getting on the honor roll 6 straight terms, But that wasn't the remarkableness of this kid. He then went out and rocked the vote for Barack Obama. Here is a script of his speech called Hope that he wrote to help inspire young America to come out to vote. It's in a book called Election, My Ride with Barack Obama. This book is not in stores as of yet. We're still working on publication. That's why we're bringing it to podcast. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the energetic young kid, Omar Dyer, who created the pen name TheFanNJ. Here we go. When I wrote this next speech, the people were asking for something. I wrote this to wake up the young children that cater to the online community. I didn't know I was going to be the leading force with this speech. I really didn't want to lead. I didn't want to speak up on the unjust. I just thought it was best if I waited for the person to come about. Then again, how will it if I wait? And I made the choice to help those that is willing. This speech raised a lot of hope in the world, and this speech was used during the Barack Obama campaign. It seemed like this candidate was sent a message to help this young, energetic kid grow into something the, the government would help. Here is my speech called Hope. As we sit here searching the lost land promised to a man by a spirit, we asked payment or how to keep it. The levies of greed has deemed the world full of monsters. The monsters have ran wild in conceit of overheating plain. The substance of subsequently removed the dark cloud over land. The land of promise is now the land of the lost, where consumption is the revelation of a seed. You seek salvation in the Lord, yet you find greed, golden idols, and non-believers. You have lost that faith, a guiding light in pursuit of a mission on hope, a pleasure of a dreams where to subsidize the lives of a few for the chimes that crimes many. We banish those with the dreams so we can scheme the second chance of sloth. People are focusing on advanced education for a chance at making a living, where a promise becomes a promissory note that is prominent to the degeneration on an illusion, as it crashes the prominence in the spirit of hope. For too long we have deemed ourselves on the glamorous side of greed, where we have seen distribution of the life and consumption of a theory for a better life. In this governed system, we have miserably failed at pursuing that way of sovereignty. It is said, this country, home of the brave, land where our children cry, as one nation, the land of the free, is now a business. We have governed our way of will into business investments and misproperly handling government choice, where the lives of the forgotten have to sacrifice every chips to attain a common goal. Yet, the second chance of a deemed choice grants riches and prosperity. It's the levies that impressions hope as on a person harder in a creation of a stricken creativity to achieve. Hope is not a word. Hope is not a promise. Hope will not be forgotten. Hope is not a choice. Hope is not an idol. Hope cannot be governed. Hope will not be a business. That's why hope will never be hopeless. Nevertheless, hope will overcome. Hope is a spirit. Hope is a passion. Hope is love. Hope is believing in nothing to achieve something. Hope is coming together for one goal and one loving spirit. Hope is dreams. Ameirca is a place of dreams that is created off of hope. I believe in hope, and that's why I follow the audacity of hope. I have a rule you must learn to follow before you can lead. That's my audacity for the dream, which is that spirit called hope. Do you believe in hope? Because hope believes in you. This speech was written to help Barack Obama gain the Democratic nomination in the 2008 campaign. What nobody knew, what nobody thought, is that this internet phenom, just like Barack Obama, would spark a revolution like no other. I mean, things have changed.